Hi, my memoir is centered around a small city of northern New Mexico, the city of Taos. Um, Many of my favorite childhood core memories stem around this city. It's famous for its ski valley, but many tourists bypass the city to make it to the village at the base of the ski valley. While learning to ski with my parents centered around most of my weekends in the winters, I have deeper ties to the city of Taos. My grandmother and many of my mother's relatives live in Taos and other of the surrounding areas in northern New Mexico. So I just feel like a lot of my heritage is deeply rooted in this town. I vividly remember long car rides to Taos from Albuquerque. It's about 2 hours, and finally getting to I remember we would when I remember finally pulling into my grandmother's driveway and running into her arms, and she had the biggest yard and her little house. My mother grew up in it. I remember, playing by the river. The stream passes through her yard in the summer times, and a lot of Easter egg hunts in her yard because my grandmother's very religious, so we would go visit her for Easter and have mass and then go for an Easter egg hunt, and those are very distinct memories and traditions that I have. I have a lot of family that lives in Taos because most of my mother's relatives are from there and grew up there, and as did my mother. They actually own the Chow Cart, which is a semi-famous restaurant in Taos, and I have lots of memories going there with my family and eating, and my cousins serving us, and my cousins making the food and talking to us. So it was a very monumental restaurant that I remember going to a lot of the time as a kid. And I even worked there one summer. I also played with my cousins in this restaurant when I was younger while their parents were working and my parents were catching up with them, and it was just kind of what we did. And then the last one, skiing. Obviously, the ski valley up in Taos is pretty amazing, and my parents taught me how to ski from a very young age. And we would go basically every weekend in the winter time, and there were a couple other families that we started going skiing with them every weekend. I remember playing with them at ski school. My parents would drop us off at ski school, and we would just go play in the ski school and ski together and have a really good time. And then our parents would pick us up, and we'd usually all go get dinner, and it was just a really good time. Lots of hot cocoa to warm up and everything. So that is my favorite place memoir.